Hello, welcome to the webinar organized by SSS Europe. In today's webinar, we will have two sessions. In first session, I will brief you on the upcoming new industrial chemical regulation in Australia, followed by another session on SSS compliance portal, which will be presented by Ms. Trupti. Towards the end of the webinar, Q&A session will start, in which you are welcome to write your questions in chat section and we would answer them. Myself, Dr. Yashwant, working as a team lead at SSS Europe, and I am going to brief you on Australian Industrial Chemicals Introduction Scheme AICIS. These are the list of topics that we would be discussing in our further slides. And the topics are Introduction to AICIS, Australian Inventory of Industrial Chemicals, Categories, Calculation of Categorization Volume, Exemptions, Transition from NIC/NAS to AICIS, Flow of Registration, and finally Strategy for Compliance. Introduction. Australian Industrial Chemicals Introduction Scheme AICIS will replace NIC/NAS, that is National Industrial Chemicals and Assessment Scheme, and will come into force on 1st July 2020. It is governed by new law, the Industrial Chemical Act 2019 or IC Act. The new scheme only regulates the industrial chemicals. Every industrial chemical which is placed in the territory of Australia must be registered under this new scheme. The registration is valid for 1st September to 31st August, then renewed annually. The main objective of this new scheme is protection of human health and environment through restriction, regulation, assessment evaluation, and by managing risks arising due to introduction. It is designed to be more risk proportionate regulatory scheme while maintaining Australia's robust health, safety and environmental standards, and to promote the safe use of industrial chemicals. Any person who wishes to introduce industrial chemical in Australian territory must be registered on Register of Industrial Chemicals Introducers for the registration year before introducing any industrial chemical. Australian Inventory of Industrial Chemical. Under new scheme, Australian Inventory of Chemical Substance will be replaced by Australian Inventory of Industrial Chemical. The current inventory has more than 40,000 chemicals listed in the database, but more than 16,000 chemicals which does not have any industrial use has been removed from Australian Inventory of Industrial Chemicals. Under new scheme, inventory is divided into two types. One is public inventory and another is confidential section of inventory. Public inventory is the database of industrial chemicals that are listed in the inventory and made publicly available, which are either manufactured or imported into Australia. Confidential section of inventory is not publicly available. Chemicals listed on the confidential section of inventory are not searchable on the new inventory website. However, introducers can apply for confidential inventory. Prior to that, he must ensure that he has searched it on the public inventory. Industrial chemicals for which an assessment certificate has been in force for 5 years are generally listed on the inventory. A holder of an assessment certificate can apply for early listing of industrial chemical before the term of 5 years. Any listed industrial chemical can be removed from the inventory after an evaluation by the executive director. Before introduction of any industrial chemical into the Australian territory, the introducer has to categorize chemical into any of the following categories. There are 6 different types of categories. They are listed introductions, exempted introductions, reported introductions, assessed introductions, commercial evaluation introductions, and exceptional circumstances introductions. Categorization based on human hazard and exposure. Based on human health exposure, it is classified into 4 different bands, that is band 1, band 2, band 3 and band 4. If the chemical has no designated human exposure or no consumer use, and the end use is less than or equal to 0.1%, it is classified as band 1. If the chemical has consumer use and the end use is less than or equal to 0.1%, or there is no designated human exposure and HHCV does not exceed 25 kilograms per year, is classified as band 2. If the chemical has no designated human exposure and HHCV does not exceed 100 kgs per year, or the end use is less than or equal to 1% and no designated human exposure, is classified as band 3. If the chemical has no designated human exposure and the HHCV exceeds 100 kgs per year, or the chemical having designated human exposure, is classified as band 4. Classification based on human health hazard band. It is categorized into 3 different groups, that is band A, band B and band C. Polymers with high molecular weight with lung overloading and chemicals showing aspiration, exhibiting STOT-SC, skin irritation, eye irritation and acute toxicity which is harmful, is categorized as band A. If polymer of high molecular weight, that is water absorbing, and chemicals showing respiratory sensitization, corrosive to respiratory tract, STOT-SE, STOT-RE, showing skin corrosion, eye damage, skin sensitization and acute toxicity which are fatal or toxic, is classified as band B. Chemicals which is carcinogenic or reproductive toxicity or developmental toxicity showing adverse effects through endocrine mode of action and showing genotoxicity, is classified as band C. Categorization based on environment exposure and hazard. Based on environment exposure, it is classified into 4 different groups, that is band 1, band 2, band 3 and band 4. If the chemical has no designated release into the environment and ECV is less than or equal to 25 kgs, it is classified as band 1. If chemical has no designated release into the environment and ECV is greater than 25 or less than or equal to 1000 kgs, it is classified as band 2. If chemical has no designated release into the environment and ECV is greater than 1000 and less than or equal to 10,000 kgs per year, is classified as band 3. If the chemical is having any designated release into the environment or the ECV is greater than or equal to 10,000 kgs per year, is classified as band 4. Categorization based on environment hazard. Based on environment hazard, it is classified into 4 different groups, that is band A, band B, band C and band D. Chemicals containing copper, silver, zinc, polymers that do not have low cationic density or not stable, chemicals which are bioaccumulative, not readily biodegradable and harmful to aquatic life, is classified as band A. Chemicals which are toxic to aquatic life is classified as band B. Chemicals which are very toxic to aquatic life, having persistence in nature and bioaccumulative, are classified as band C. Chemicals with lead and mercury, chemicals which are ozone depleting, synthetic greenhouse gases showing adverse effects through endocrine mode of action, chemicals which are persistent, bioaccumulative and toxic, is classified as band D. Listed introductions. These are the industrial chemicals which are available on the Australian inventory of industrial chemicals. Either it may be present in public inventory or it may be on confidential section of inventory. These chemicals can be introduced into the Australia by following the terms of listed introductions and the obligations for specific chemicals mentioned in the inventory. Exempted introductions. If the risk level of the industrial chemical is very low, then it is considered as exempted introductions, and it must fit into any of the following circumstances, such as polymers of low concern, industrial chemicals that are imported and subsequently exported, industrial chemicals that are solely used in research and development and the volume of introduction is not at the nanoscale to 250 kilograms, non-functionalized surface treatment chemicals, low concern biopolymers, and chemicals or polymers that are comparable with listed chemicals or listed polymers. Indicative for very low risk chemicals. If the chemical is human health exposure band 1 or 2 and not human health hazard band C. if human health exposure band is 3 or 4 and not human health hazard band A, B or C. Coming to the environment, if the environment exposure band is 1 and environment hazard band is not C or D. If the environment exposure band is 2 and not environment hazard B, C or D. If the environment exposure band is 3 or 4 and not environment hazard band A, B, C or D, can be categorized as low risk chemicals. Reported introductions. Reported introductions are those chemicals which possess low risk to human health and the environment. If the industrial chemicals is at nanoscale and that are solely used in research and development and its introduction volume is in the range of 10 to 100 kg per year, or if the industrial chemicals other than nanoscale that are solely used in research and development and its introduction volume for the registration year is greater than 25 kg, or chemicals with low risk flavors, fragrance blend and UV filters are categorized as reported introductions. Indicatives for low risk chemicals. If the human health exposure band is 1 and the human health hazard band is C. If the human health exposure band is 3 and not human health hazard band C. If the human health exposure band is 4 and not human health hazard band B or C. Coming to the environment, environment exposure band is 1 or 2 and not hazard band D. If environment exposure band is 3 and not environment hazard band C and D. If the environment exposure band is 4 and environment hazard band is B, C or D are classified as reported introductions. Assessed introductions. These are the industrial chemicals which possess medium to high risk to human health and the environment. And these chemicals are assessed before their import or manufacture into the Australian territory. Any insoluble nanoscale chemicals, chemicals containing minimum of 4 to 20 fully fluorinated carbon atoms, polyhalogenated organic chemicals that are persistent or environmentally degradable, polyhalogenated organic chemical products known to be persistent and whose introduction volume is greater than 100 kg per year. Persistent gases with introduction volume greater than 100 kg per year, or organotin chemicals with introduction volume greater than 10 kg per year, or chemicals whose end use is as biocidal. Indicatives for medium to high risk chemicals. If the human exposure band is 2 or 3 and human health hazard band is C. If the human health exposure band is 4 and human health hazard band is B or C. Coming to the environment exposure band, if the environment exposure band is 1 or 2 and environment hazard band is D. If the environment exposure band is 3 and environment hazard band is C or D. If the environment exposure band is 4 and environment hazard band is B, C or D. Commercial evaluation introductions. These are industrial chemicals which are introduced to test the viability in the Australian territory. Any industrial chemical under this category should be introduced must follow the terms and authorization mentioned in CEI, and these authorizations are time limited which does not exceed more than 4 years. Any industrial chemical under this category should not be available to public use or should not be released into the environment prior to the treatment or uncontrolled use at any workplace. Minister may issue the exceptional circumstances authorization introductions. These are the industrial chemicals which are introduced into the public interest to address the significant risk to humans or the environment. And these introductions must follow the terms and authorization as mentioned in exceptional circumstances introductions. Introductions cannot be exempted or reported. Chemical listed on Rotterdam or Stockholm Conventions or chemicals introduced in Australian territory outside the conditions mentioned in the inventory, and if the information requested by the executive director has not been provided for the evaluation. Calculation of the categorization volume. Human Health Categorization Volume HHCV. It is calculated in two methods. In method 1, it is the equal to the total volume of industrial chemical that is introduced in the registration year or equal to the total introduction volume into the exposure reduction factor ERF. And environmental categorization volume ECV. It is also calculated by two methods. In method 1, it is equal to the total volume of industrial chemical that is introduced in the registration year or introduction volume into release reduction factor RRF. Exemptions under AICIS. All NICNAS exemption categories that can be used under AICIS until 31st August 2022. Chemicals which are introduced in low volumes, which are used for R&D and low concentration cosmetic introductions are exempted from AICIS. Chemicals which are manufactured for R&D purposes in fixed apparatus at specific locations are completely exempted under AICIS. Chemicals which are used in cosmetics with no reasonable risk and non-hazardous chemicals whose concentration is not more than 1% in cosmetics are exempted, and there is no quantity restriction for these chemicals. Industrial chemicals that are imported and then exported within 25 days or imported and then exported without being removed from packaging and remain subject to the custom control at all times before leaving the Australia are exempted from AICIS. Transition from NIC/NAS to AICIS. NICNAS registration will carry over to AICIS with same registration ID. The current Australian inventory of chemical substance will become Australian inventory of industrial chemical under AICIS. Secondary obligations under AICIS will become specific information requirement under AICIS. NICNAS exemption categories that can be used under AICIS until 31st August 2022. NICNAS assessment certificate on 1st July 2020 will be transitioned to become AICIS assessment certificates with equivalent rights and terms and conditions. Chemicals with a valid EIP issued by NICNAS at 1st July 2020 will be introduced without any disruption. No permits will be issued under AICIS. Current commercial evaluation permits, that is CECS, will become a commercial evaluation authorization under AICIS. Flow of registration. Any person who wishes to introduce the chemical into Australian territory must follow these steps to define their introductions. In the first step, they need to register their business in the Australia. In the next step, they need to check for the inventory whether their chemical is present in public inventory or it is present in confidential section of inventory. If the chemical is present in the inventory, then it is introduced with obligations listed in listed introductions. If the chemical is not present in the inventory, based on the risk associated with the chemical, it is either exempted, reported or assessed or commercial evaluation introduction. Strategy for the compliance. Before introduction of industrial chemicals into the Australia, you need to identify the substance which a person want to export into the Australia and check for the inventory status for the obligations for the respective chemicals and check for the compliance requirement for that particular chemicals. Plan your activities in advance so that you cannot miss the train. Keep the update of your information available for further requirements from the authority. Thank you for your interest and time. If you want to stay updated on the latest chemical regulation, please follow us on LinkedIn. You can find our LinkedIn page in the YouTube description below. The next session on SSS Supply Chain Portal will begin.